हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरं भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। Today, with the blessings of my teacher and the blessings of Bhagwan, we will begin our study of another beautiful Upanishad, the Chandogya Upanishad. As you all know, there are many Upanishads found in the Vedas, And out of them, there are 10 Upanishads, which are considered to be principal Upanishads. On them, Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya ji has written his Bhashya. So there, Ishakena Katha Prashna Munda Mandukya Tittirihi Aitareyancha Chandogyam Brihadaranyakam Tatha. Out of them we have studied Ishavasya Upanishad, Kenopanishad, Kathopanishad, and Mundaka Upanishad. Today we will begin our study with our study of Chandogya Upanishad. Just as we have studied Kenopanishad from Samaved, this Chandogya Upanishad is also from Samaved. It is one of the most important Upanishads. It is very much quoted in the Bhashya of Brahma Sutra by Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya ji. And based on the mantras of this Upanishads, there are many sutras in Brahma Sutra. So it's a very important Upanishads, and it is very large also. Though out of these 10 Upanishads, the largest is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, and the second largest is the Chandogya Upanishad. As we all know, the term Upanishad means Brahma Vidya, the knowledge of Brahma. And it also conveys that when we approach this Upanishad, when we approach this knowledge revealed in the Upanishad, it weakens all our bondage. It takes us towards our ultimate goal of self-realization, and it destroys the vidya which has caused this bondage. In this Upanishad, there are 8 chapters. And each chapter contains several sections, and each section contains several mantras. For example, this first chapter contains 13 sections, and the first section contains 10 mantras. So in this way, there are these 8 chapters are there. The first 5 chapters reveal different types of upasanas which are helpful to purify our mind and take us make us qualified to gain that supreme knowledge of Brahma. So these upasanas are also very important. And the last 3 chapters, 6th, 7th, and 8th chapter, deals directly with Brahma Vidya, the knowledge of Brahma. So we won't be seeing the first 5 chapters. You can read for yourself, but some of the upasanas mentioned there are very difficult to comprehend. So we have to do some other upasanas which we are familiar with. So Adi Shankaracharya ji, he has written a very beautiful bhashya on all the 8 chapters of this Upanishad. So while studying the 6th, 7th, and 8th chapters, we will take support of this bhashya. All Upanishads begin with a Shanti mantra, depending on the Veda to which it belongs. So since this Upanishad is from Samaveda, the Shanti mantra of this Upanishad is Om Apyayantu Mamangani. We had studied this Shanti mantra also while studying Kenopanishad. So let us chant this Shanti mantra, pray for peace, and then begin with our study. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaschakshushrotramatho Balamindriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahmopanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Ma Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamastva Nirakaranam me astu Tadatmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaha Te Mayi Santu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So this Shanti mantra, the teacher and the students, they pray together to that Supreme Brahma and request for peace, Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Because in the atmosphere of peace, we will be able to listen to the Upanishad properly, and we will be able to comprehend what is being conveyed, and will be able to meditate and gain that experience. So peace is very important. And peace at all 3 levels. Peace from within, that is Adhyatmic Shanti. Peace from the surrounding, that is Adi Bhautik Shanti. and peace from the whole universe. That is Adi Daivik Shanti. And since everything is under the control of the Supreme Brahma, Ishvara, we pray to him to bless us with this peace. Along with this prayer for peace, this Shanti mantra also conveys certain important factors which are required for our study of this Upanishad. So let us briefly understand the meaning of this Shanti mantra. So Om is the name of the Supreme Brahma. We are addressing the Supreme Brahma, the Ishvara, as Om. So Om Apyayantu Mamangani. O Ishvara, please nourish and strengthen my limbs, my body, and all the limbs of my body. May they be well nourished and strengthened, because our body is the first support to walk this path of not only of dharma but also of Brahma. So Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. So Sharira is the first sadhan to walk this path of dharma and Brahma. So we should not only take care of the body properly, but also make it fit and strong to withstand the difficulties on this path. Because when our body, our mind, our intellect, our senses are strong, we will be able to overcome all the obstacles on the way. Therefore, in the Upanishad also, we had seen that na ayam atma balahinena labdhyah. This atma cannot be attained by those who are weak. So the strength is required. So one is we put forth effort by taking proper meals, by giving proper exercise to the body, and also by giving proper rest to the body. We keep it fit. But then we also need the blessings of Ishvara. So we pray to Ishvara that he keeps my body strong and well nourished. So Apyayantu Mamangani, not only the physical body, but also my senses need to be strong and well nourished. What senses? Vak, Prana, Chakshuhu, Shrotram, Ataha, Balam, Indriyani cha Salvani. So all my indriyas, not only the karmendriyas, but also the jnanendriyas, may all of them be strong and well nourished. Though we have to understand that reality which is subtler than the world, subtler than our senses, but we need the support of our body, our senses, to comprehend that Supreme. because through the known alone, that unknown is indicated and has to be comprehended. With the mind, with the intellect only, we have to understand that Brahma and thereafter meditate and realize that Brahma. So my senses, like my speech, then even the pranas, the life force which is within this body, then chakshuhu, the eyes, shrotram, the ears, ataha balam, all of them be strong, indriyani cha sarvani, and all the other sense organs, as well as our antakkarana, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, may all of them be well nourished and strong. May I not waste them, may I not spoil them in worldly indulgence and neglect and inadvertence. May I take care of them properly, make them fit to make me comprehend that Supreme Brahma. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Then the Shanti Mantra make a very categorical statement, a true statement, that Sarvam Brahma, everything is Brahma. See, everything is experienced in the sense we experience this world. So the world which we experience is indicated by the term Sarvam. So I am there who is experiencing, and this world is there in front of me, which is experienced. So all this is indicated by the term Sarvam. Sarvam means all, means it doesn't leave anything. Everything, all that is even known and unknown about this world, is everything is included in the term Sarvam. The Shastras talk about 24 tattvas which are there in this world. So everything, the 5 great elements, the tanmatras, the pancha jnanendriyas, pancha karmendriyas, the antakaran chatushtaya, everything is included in the term Sarvam. So many varieties are there. But what is the teaching of the Shastras? Everything is Brahma. Sarvam Brahma. Everything is Brahma. What Brahma? Brahma Upanishadam. Brahma, that which is indicated, that which is revealed in the Upanishads. That Brahma name can be there in other dictionaries and all, but essentially that Brahma is revealed in the Upanishads only. Therefore, Brahma is indicated as Upanishadam Brahma, the Brahma of the Upanishads. In all the Upanishads, the main theme is Brahma Vidya only, and it is indicated in various ways. Like in Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahma is indicated as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So that Brahma which is Satyam, which is existence, Jnanam which is knowledge, Anantam which is infinite, Anandam which is bliss, that Brahma alone is everything. Means this everything is Brahma. This will be explained in detail in the 6th chapter, which we will study. So, Sarvam Brahmopanishadam. So, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. This Brahma is not something which we can see through our senses. Brahma is not something which can be in defined in any way. Brahma is totally different from all that is known. And beyond the unknown. So it is so very subtle that one may not have that faith in the existence of this Brahma. One may just disregard or disown this Brahma. For the Shanti mantra, it warns us or it requests Bhagwan to give me that strength and that power and that good sense not to reject this Brahma. Ki maham Brahma nirakuryam. May I not deny Brahma. May I not act smart and say, no, there is no such thing called Brahma. Everything is whatever you see, that itself is everything. And that is what generally the materialistic people, they believe that whatever is seen through our senses, that alone is the reality. That which cannot be seen is not there. So Brahma is indicated as that which cannot be seen through the senses. So one may deny it. And if we deny in the beginning itself, then there is no chance of us understanding and realizing this Brahma. So here we should pray to Ishvara, to that Brahma alone, that may I not deny that Brahma. Maham Brahma nirakuryam. Ma Brahma nirakarot. And may that Brahma also not deny me. Means may that Brahma bless me. May that Brahma not disown me and reject me and spurn me. Means may I receive all kripa of that Brahma so that I will be able to comprehend it. So ma Brahma nirakarot. Anirakaranam astva nirakaranam me astu. Let there be mutual acceptance. I accept this Brahma and Brahma also accept me. Let there be mutual acceptance so that I progress on this path. See, if somebody has fallen down into, let us say, a pond or something, and you want to save that person, you extend your hand to hold him and remove him from that pond, but that person also should extend his hand. So the mutual acceptance should be there. If the person who has fallen, he prays for protection and you don't support him, then also it is not possible for him to be saved. So both ways there should be that acceptance. So may I accept Brahma, may I not deny Brahma, and may Brahma not deny me. So let there be mutual respect and love and acceptance. Anirakaranamastu nirakaranam me astu. Again, the Shastras also say that if we want to attain that Brahma, because attaining Brahma alone is the solution for all our sorrows, all our problems. Only by gaining that Brahma Vidya, we will become free of this samsara bandhan. But for that, we need certain qualifications. As we have prayed for the strength of our body, our mind, we need certain qualifications also to comprehend what is taught in the Upanishads. And those qualifications are at a subtler level. Those qualifications are not at grosser level, not of the physical body. See, to follow the path of dharma, to perform a particular type of karma, we need the qualification of the body, the varna and ashrama. So we need to have certain varna, we should be of certain ashrama, brahmachari, grahastha, vanprastha, sannyasa. But to gain self-knowledge, it doesn't matter whether we are Brahman or Shudra or Kshatriya or Vaishya. It doesn't matter whether we are man or woman. It doesn't matter whether we are Indian or some other nationality. It doesn't matter whatever be our other faith and other culture and other tradition, etc. What is important is that we should have some inner qualification. Because Vedanta, the path has to be tread by our mind and intellect. So we need certain qualifications of the mind and intellect. And they are indicated as Vivek, Vairagya, Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, and Samadhan. You must have heard this many times. So Vivek, Vairagya, Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan are the important qualifications which has to be there within me, so that when the teacher reveals this knowledge, I come to comprehend it. And I contemplate and put forth effort to meditate and realize this. So when these qualifications are there, then I will be able to do this. So I have to put forth effort to gain these qualifications, but I can also gain this qualification through prayer. I can pray to Bhagwan that please bless me with these qualifications. And that is what is done here. Ke tad atmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaha. That I who am totally dedicated to gain this self-knowledge, I who have decided to pursue this path sincerely, please bless me with all those qualifications mentioned in the Upanishad. Upanishatsu dharmaha, all those qualifications like Vivek, Vairagya, etc., which are mentioned in the Upanishads. Please make them manifest in me. Te mai santu, let them be in me. May I have the Vivek, Vairagya, Shamdamadi, Shak Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. Te mai santu, te mai santu. So with this prayer, we not only invoke the Shanti, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, but we also pray for the nourishment and strength of our body and our senses and our antakarana. The main theme of this Upanishad and all the Upanishad is to know that Brahma. So that Brahma Vidya is the main teaching. And what is that Brahma? Sarvam Brahma, everything is Brahma. And in that everything I am also included. So not only this world is Brahma, but I am also Brahma. So Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma and Aham Brahmasmi. So may I not deny Brahma, may Brahma not deny me, may we have mutual attraction, mutual acceptance of each other, and may all the qualities which are mentioned in the Upanishads, which are required qualification to walk this path, may those manifest in me, may they be in me, who am sincerely want to follow this path, may those qualities be in me. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So in this way, this is a very beautiful Shanti mantra. So keeping this meaning in mind, we have to constantly pray, and especially before the class begins, we chant this Shanti mantra and pray. So let us chant this mantra again. Om Apyayantu mamangani Vak pranaschakshushrotramatho balamindriyani cha sarvani sarvam brahmopanishadam maham brahma nirakuryam ma brahma nirakarot anirakaranamastva nirakaranam me astu tadatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaha te mayi santu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. As I mentioned, that Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya Ji has written a very beautiful commentary on this Upanishad. So in the beginning of this Upanishad itself, Shankaracharya Ji mentions the theme of this Upanishad and also briefly conveys what is the topic of all these chapters. So we'll just read few sentences of Bhagwan Shankaracharya Ji's Bhashya. So this Prathama Adhyaya, the first chapter, Prathama Khandaha, the first section, Sambandha Bhashya. This is the Bhashya which introduces this Upanishad. So Om iti etad aksharam ityadi ashtadhyayi Chandogya Upanishad. So this Chandogya Upanishad begins with this mantra, the first mantra of the first chapter. Om iti etad aksharam udgitham upasita Om iti hi udgayati tasyopavyakhyanam. So in this way, the first chapter, it reveals the Omkar Upasana. And that Omkar is indicated with the term Udgita, which should be chanted loudly. Omkar is also called Pranava. Omkar is also called Udgita. Pranava means through which that Supreme is praised. So that's Om. With the Om is not only name of that Brahma, but through Om, that Brahma is also praised. Stuti is done. So therefore it is called Pranava. We have seen in the Mundaka Upanishad also that Pranava is to be understood as the bow and all while meditating. And Omkar is also indicated as Udgita, that which should be chanted loudly. So this Upanishad, which begins with this mantra Om, has got 8 chapters. So Om iti etad aksharam ityadi ashtadhyayi Chandogya Upanishad. So the Chandogya Upanishad has 8 chapters. Tasyaha samshepatah artha jitnyasubhyah ruju vivaranam alpa grantham idam arabhyate. So Shankaracharya ji says that for easy comprehension, for those who want to study and understand this Upanishad, I am writing this bhashya briefly, samkshepatah. Briefly, I am revealing the main theme and meanings of all these mantras in this Upanishad for easy comprehension of all the seekers. So tatra sambandha samastam karmadigatam pranadi devata vijnanam sahitam archiradi margena brahma pratipatti karanam. So Shankaracharya says that when we follow the path of karma and upasana, when we do this upasana with sakam bhavana, when we do this upasana, then that upasana can lead a person through the Uttarayan to Brahmalok. One can attain even Brahmalok. But those who just perform karma without the upasana, without that knowledge associated with the upasana, so kevalam cha dhumadi margena chandraloka pratipatti karanam. So those who just perform the karma with sakam bhavana, they go on the path of the moon and attain those lokas from where they then return. This twofold path is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita also. So those who do karma and upasana, they go on the path of the sun, the Uttarayan, and they can attain up till Brahmalok. And those who follow the path of karma kanda, they go through after that they go on the path of the moon to some higher loka, and then they are born again. These are the twofold paths of dharma mentioned in the Shastra. But there are those who don't follow either of them, totally Nastic. What happens to them? Shankaracharya says, Svabhava pravrittanam cha margadvaya paribhrashtanam kashta adogati rukta. They gain suffering and they fall, they get adogati, they devolve, they suffer in this samsara and they go down in their path. They fall down. So adogati it is called. So these three things happen. Those who follow karma and upasana, they go through the Surya Marga, Uttarayana Marga, and attain up to Brahmalok. Those who follow the karma marga alone, they go on the Dakshinayan and go to higher loka and come back. And those who don't follow either of them, they fall down. But whether we follow the path of karma and upasana or only karma or don't follow any of this path, we will not become free of this samsara. Even those who follow the good path, they also don't become free of samsara. Those who only follow karma or only karma and upasana or give up all karma upasana, they don't attain freedom from this samsara. Nacha ubhayoho margayoho anyataram asmin api marga atyantiki purushartha siddhi iti atah karma nirapeksham advaita atma vijnanam samsara gatitraya hetu pamardena vaktavyam. So one doesn't gain freedom from this samsara through karma and upasana alone, but free from karma and upasana when we gain advaita atma vijnana, the knowledge of that non-dual Brahma, non-dual Atma, which is beyond all karma and upasana, which is beyond all sense of doership and enjoyership. When we gain that self-knowledge, then one becomes free of this samsara. So in order to reveal that self-knowledge, this Upanishad has begun. This Upanishad conveys that self-knowledge which makes us free of this samsara. And even when it talks about the upasanas in the beginning, those upasanas are such that they take us towards self-knowledge. They make us fit to comprehend that self-knowledge. Bhagavan says, Kitani etani upasanani sattva shuddhi karatvena vastu tattvava bhasakatvat advaita jnana upakarakani alambana vishayatvat susadhyani chaiti purvam upanyasyante. Bhagavan says that these upasanas are mentioned in the beginning of this Upanishad because when we follow this upasana, when we do this upasana sincerely, they will purify our antakarana. They will purify our antakarana and make us fit to gain that self-knowledge. And these upasanas are given with some support, so that taking those support when we do the upasana, it becomes easier for us to do this upasana and make us fit for self-knowledge. See, those, Shankaracharya says that those who are attached to karma, those who are attached to karma, not only the worldly karma, but even the religious activities. So those who are attached to different types of rituals, to shift their attention directly towards self-knowledge is not easy. Therefore, the Upanishad first gives some upasana along with karma, and then slowly gives some subtler and subtler upasana, so that the seekers become more and more fit to finally understand that self-knowledge and become free. Therefore, in this initial chapters of this Upanishad, is a thick Upanishad. So the initial chapters of this Upanishad gives various types of upasana. So in the beginning, this Omkar Upasana is revealed, which can be done along with some karma. And then some subtler and subtler upasanas are indicated in the following chapters. So this Omkar Upasana is called Udgita Upasana. Then in other chapters, some more upasanas are indicated. Then in the third chapter, there is a very special upasana which is called the Shandilya Vidya, which Bhagwan mentions in his commentary on the sixth chapter. That is also indicated. There are some beautiful stories are also there in the initial chapters. And various interesting upasanas are mentioned, like the Panchagni Upasana. And the story of Satyakam, the son of Jabal. Then in the fifth chapter, there is this mention of Vaishvanara Upasana. A very interesting Vaishvanara Upasana. And then from the sixth chapter, the Upanishad starts revealing that supreme knowledge of Brahman. So the sixth chapter, through the story of Shvetaketu and his father, reveals that self-knowledge, and a famous Mahamantra is there, Mahavakya is there in this chapter, which all of you have heard many times, must have heard, Tattvamasi. In the seventh chapter, the story of Naradji approaching his brother to gain self-knowledge, and that is also revealed very beautifully. And in the last chapter, there is story of Indra and Virochan approaching Brahmaji himself and gaining this self-knowledge. So in this way, it's the most fascinating Upanishad. So the initial chapters, you can just read it through just to get an idea of what is conveyed there. and interesting stories are also there. But then we will now focus on the sixth chapter. So hope you are having the book with you, with Shankar Bhashya. So open the sixth chapter. So अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः प्रथमः खण्डः. So we'll chant, read Shankaracharya's Bhashya. See, this is very subtle Upanishad and very interesting also. But you need a lot of patience and attention to comprehend it. And slowly, steadily, we will be able to comprehend. But for that, we need the support of Adi Shankaracharya's Bhashya. Without Shankaracharya's Bhashya, we can never understand Vedanta actually. All those who try to comprehend Vedanta without taking support of Shankaracharya's Bhashya will not be able to understand. Because Vedanta is very subtle, very tricky at times. So one may misunderstand. So very important to be guided by the right teacher and taking support of Shankar Bhashya. So let us just read this Bhashya, which is so very nice even to read. So Shankaracharya ji says, introducing the sixth chapter, कि श्वेत हारुणेय आस इति अध्याय इत्यादि अध्याय संबंधः सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्म तज्जलान् इति उक्तम् कथं तस्मात् जगत् इदं जायते तस्मिन् एव च लीयते अन इति च तेन एव इति एतद् वक्तव्यम् अनन्तरं च एकस्मिन् भुक्ते विदुषी सर्वं जगत् तृप्तं भवति इति उक्तम् तद् एकत्वे सति आत्मनः सर्वभूतस्थस्य उपपद्यते न आत्मभेदे. Shankaracharya ji says, now this begins the sixth chapter with this mantra. First mantra, Shvetaketur Haruneya Asa. So what is the theme? What is the theme conveyed in this chapter? So Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji refers to the third chapter wherein one Upasana was mentioned there, the Shandilya Upasana, where the student have to meditate on the world, on Brahma taking support of the world. One has to meditate, do Upasana of Brahma taking support of the world. And what is that mantra? Bhagwan quotes that mantra, ki sarvam khalvidam Brahma. It's a very famous mantra, ki everything is Brahma. And what is that Brahma? Tad jalam. Iti shanta upasita. So here the teacher is telling the student that you meditate, you do Upasana of Brahma. See, when we have to do Upasana, we need some support. See, Upasana is different from karma, and Upasana is different from knowledge also. It is in between. So we need some support for our thinking, for our visualization. So here the teacher says you do upasana of Brahma, but take support of this world and understand that Brahma is Tat Jalam. Tat Jalam means understand that Brahma is that from whom the whole world has come into existence, in whom the entire world remains, and in whom the entire world goes into dissolution. That is Brahma. So Shanta, making your mind quiet and peaceful, meditate on this Brahma using this hint that it is the very source of this world, from whom the world has come into existence, in whom the world remains, and in whom the world merges back. And further, this mantra tells that whatever we believe in firmly, then that happens. So when one does this upasana with sincere faith, then even after that, he gets a higher gati. So it was just mentioned there without giving any details that how that Brahma is the very source of this world. So that has to be explained, that needs to be understood. And that knowledge is revealed in this chapter. That is one thing. Then again in the 5th chapter, the Vaishvanara Vidya is mentioned. Briefly, I will tell you, then we will go into more detail next time. So Vaishvanara Vidya is mentioned, wherein one meditates on Vaishvanara as our own self. And one who does this upasana, whatever that person eats, if a person eats that upasana, when one does, if he eats something, then the whole creation gains that satisfaction. Everyone feels happy. So this is possible only if there is only one Atma. So how is that Atma is only one? That knowledge also has to be understood. That too is revealed in this chapter. So the theme of this chapter is to indicate that Brahma from whom everything has come, everything is sustained and everything dissolves back. And also it reveals the oneness of that Atma. More about this we will see in our class on Wednesday. But I request all of you to read the commentary, to read this chapter also, so that you are in tune with what is being conveyed. Yeah? You have to prepare in advance for the class. It is not like the serial which we watch on television. We don't have to prepare. We just sit in front of the television and watch it. But for Vedanta class, you have to also prepare in advance by reading whatever portion we will be studying and also doing contemplation of what we had studied before, so that when you listen to the pravachan, you can comprehend it properly. So we will meet again on Wednesday. So till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana. Listen to the pravachan again, contemplate, meditate, and see you all on Wednesday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Boliye Siya Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.